We watched this Ultimatum. It was a lot, y'all. This show, you're already in love with the person that you show up with. You have to watch them actually date someone in front of you.
That's what makes it interesting. Stay in the couple they came in, form a new relationship, or be by themselves.
Right.
I can't believe that they did that. Good TV. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's the Brawley story. Today we are giving a review on the Ultimatum, the Netflix series.
You're here because someone in your relationship has issued an ultimatum.
We watched the entire thing. We're going to give you our thoughts and we'll rate it at the end. We have a lot of things to discuss.
Does it actually work? We've been married 6 years, going on 7 now, so we know a thing or two about relationships, how to make them work, and we have some thoughts on this.
And we also understand being non-traditional as it relates to relationships. Our love story was different from how a lot of people find love and find their spouse.
It was pretty interesting, so if you have not seen our love story, we're gonna link it below, our crazy weird love story. Make sure you check it out.
It was different. That's why I'm saying we were open to seeing this concept if it works. It was interesting. It was different than our story, but I have a feeling a lot of people relate to this in some sense.
So we're gonna jump right in, but before we do so, if you want more content on relationships and lifestyle, make sure that you like the video, click subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss an upload, because we upload new content every week, y'all. When you subscribe, make sure you leave us a comment saying I subscribed, and we'll be more than happy to reach out to you personally and thank you for joining the family.
We always shout out one of our faithful subscribers, Chris Love. Appreciate you, Chris. Thanks for being a valued member of our community. We're gonna jump right in. The Ultimatum. As the name of it sounds,
the subtitle gives it away. It says marry or move on.
yeah, marry or move on.
So that is the premise of the show. You agree to marry me, or I'm moving on, I'm leaving you.
I love you to death, but I just cannot wait any longer. That is why I'm giving this ultimatum.
Right, that's the idea.
So in every couple, there's one person that's ready for marriage and the other person that's not.
Right. You have to break up with your partner for 3 weeks, mixing and mingling with individuals from the other couples.
How many options do they have? What was it, like 6 couples that started it?
6 couples. You mix and mingle to see who you could see yourself dating for the next 3 weeks.
Living with for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, you're
that's
actually
another level.
You're actually having a trial marriage with this person. Yeah, so they only give
Right.
you one bed. You're sharing the same space.
Living with a guy that's not you will be a weird change.
The idea is, are you realizing that, you know what, this person that I came with is really the one for me. I don't want nobody else. I can't see myself living with nobody else. I want them and I'm ready for marriage. Or, you know what, it's kind of nice being away from that person. There might be some better options out there for me. I kind of like exploring other people.
It's natural to wonder what it would be like to be in a different relationship.
Yeah.
Then you move on.
The idea is to give both parties complete clarity
Right.
on whether or
Clarity.
not they want
Clarity.
to move forward and build a life together or not. So they spend 3 weeks with the new partner, then they go back and spend another 3 weeks with the original partner, and then they get to make a decision.
I thought this concept came out of the clear blue sky, but apparently it didn't, because the hosts of the show, Nick and Vanessa, who are a married couple, had a love story that resembled this one they're trying to create. They actually broke up. They got in other relationships for just a short period of time. Then they realized, you know what? That was really the person for me. And they married each other. So they're trying to use that same concept to help provide other couples the clarity that they got. Now, I do think that the premise of this show is a different type of torture from the other love shows. The Bachelor, Bachelorette, Love is Blind, they have so many options and they don't actually have it in their face. This show, you're already in love with the person that you show up with, and then you have to watch them actually date someone in front of you. And when I say in front of you, I mean in the same room. And even to the point that when someone else is living with your partner, you have to go out to dinner with that person and hear them talk about how they're enjoying sleeping in the bed with your man.
That's what makes it interesting. It's a level of torture, I'm sure, for some of these people.
It is another level of torture.
And you did see some people get hot with other people, like, you did what? They can't believe this person kissed me in the bed. Oh, this person while he was cuddled behind me. You know, people are getting really upset.
I mean, all the love shows are torture, but this one is another level of torture in my opinion.
Oh, yes.
Could you do it?
Oh, no. No, sir. No ultimatum. I'm out.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but they're sitting there cuddling and kissing, and then you got to go out to dinner with the other person and hear like what they did with your person. It's like, oh, some people were definitely heated. So that made it for
good TV.
Yeah, good TV, very entertaining on that front.
I think that the length of time that they're given on this show with the person that they're trying to get to know should not be equal to the amount of time that they're given with the person that they already know they're in love with.
So
they're not giving them enough time.
That's a critique.
You get the same amount of time with the person that you don't know versus the person that you do know.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's set up for you to actually find out if you could really
fall in love with somebody else.
With someone else, yeah. You're given 3 weeks with a new person and 3 weeks with the same person that you came with, but that's 3 weeks plus the year or 2 years you were with that person.
Right.
So that's very different than having longer to get to know someone and maybe connect a little more deeply. It's interesting, most of the people that even when they were partnered up, they were like, oh yeah, I'm learning this so I could be a better partner to the person I came with originally.
Right.
Most of them did not take it seriously.
They didn't even feel like they were actually broken up.
Yeah.
Like they were trying to respect the relationship that they came with.
Right.
So they weren't even trying to get physical with the other person. Not that you have to do that.
There was one brother that was thinking about it. He was definitely thinking about it hard. He was like, ooh.
But it was a big deal to even kiss the new person.
Yeah. But he knew if I do this and it gets too crazy, my girl is not going to take me back. If I do anything wild with this girl, and he wanted to, and that girl wanted to too, but
he already knew he was going back to his girl, so he didn't commit to the new relationship. I also think that they should have had more options. You only have 5 other people that you could possibly see yourself marrying, and these are all strangers. There may not be anyone there that's even your type.
Yeah, that's true.
The Bachelor has like 25, 30 options.
28 women is a lot.
And you mean I have 5 options and I have to live with one of these 5 people?
I think they need to increase the pool. At least 10 couples would probably be a better place to start. What's also interesting is for some people, it gave them immediate clarity. They're like, I can't see my woman. I can't see her with nobody else. They didn't resolve their issues. They didn't resolve their problems. He's like, no, that's mine. Hands off. I'm like, bro, you signed up. You did this.
Right. They didn't take this seriously. I think that everyone coming on this show was expecting to leave with the person that they came with.
Yes.
Those that did not were surprised by that. Just this scenario of having so few options caused some people to go ahead and get engaged to the person they came with just because they didn't have interest in anybody else. So I don't want to live with any of these other people for the next 3 weeks. So let me go ahead and propose to you.
Right.
So that I don't have to.
Yep. Yeah, I think that definitely happened. I feel like they could do that better for sure. They could have a larger pool, not too big, but a larger pool for them to choose from. They could also give people a real run for their money. Like, I don't know that I'm going to stick it out. 3 weeks may not be enough time. Maybe you get 3 or 4 weeks with the new person and 2 weeks with the other person.
Or maybe you get 2 weeks with one person and 2 weeks with another person. If you have more options to choose from instead of just 5, then maybe you can see, I may not like this person, but I might actually like that one.
That's a thought. I mean, there's different ways that they could probably play with it. So another thing that was really interesting and a little bit surprising.
Wait a minute. Have you subscribed? If you haven't subscribed, make sure you like the video, click subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss an upload. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
A lot of the people that issued ultimatums seemed themselves less confident that they wanted to be with the person they issued the ultimatum to. And we saw a lot of people that were issued ultimatums like, I really want to be with this person.
Yeah.
But the person they came with is not so sure no more. It's like that person was gung-ho. I'm waiting for him or her to realize how good they got it with me so they can come back home. And now it's a question if home is still there. It may not even be on the table anymore.
That's true.
So that was interesting.
Well, honestly, this concept of learning to appreciate your partner more after you date somebody else, shouldn't you have gotten that just through the dating process in general on your way to your partner?
That is a good point.
Why do you need this show to realize that you do have options? and most of them have dated other people before. So I don't really get that. Nor do I think that an ultimatum is ultimately effective. Like, it may have worked out for Nick and Vanessa, but I think for most people, pressuring someone to make a lifelong commitment to you is probably not the best game plan.
Probably not.
I think the best way is to be intentional up front in your dating process. If you're looking to get married, like if you're an adult and you know that you're ready to settle down, you should be having that conversation very early on. We had that conversation like
immediately,
day one of dating, so that we knew that we were both looking for the same things, that we're in the same stage of life, and that we want the same things.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen our video, How We Dated to Marry, we're linking that one below, so make sure that you check that out. But yeah, you need to have those conversations very early on if you're actually serious about getting married. Not date somebody for 2 years, then you start talking about marriage and the other person is scratching their head like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
Really.
Yeah, I don't know. And we will say another thing we liked in this show, there was a little bit of drama to witness where people, they did do some stuff with other partners, and then you got to get back with your original person and discuss that. Awkward. And the cameras, it's like, goodness gracious, they put cameras
in the bedroom, right over the bed.
I can't believe that they did that. They put cameras in the bedrooms over the beds. I don't even understand. I don't understand. I would have never signed up for that. Never.
That was very invasive.
But
very invasive.
Good TV. That was good for TV. I was like,
it was definitely shocking.
I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm curious to see if they keep the experiment exactly the same, or if they make any tweaks to their process. You could tell that they weren't fully sure exactly how to run this experiment. There was some points where some of the conversation and commentary was forced. You could tell it was kind of like, even with the host, like, yeah, we've never done this before. It's kind of how it felt, and we don't know exactly how this is going to play out.
But the production was really good.
Yeah.
The production was good.
It was great.
It still was a good pacing to the show.
Yep.
And it wasn't boring. The producers did a good job.
Yeah, the producers did a good job, but you could tell that they didn't have probably enough direction and everything filled in as far as what their plan was. But I do think that the production is great. It's high energy, it moves pretty quickly. It's not too long. That's another thing. Like, it's not like The Bachelor that's like an hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever it is, without commercials, versus on this show, about 45 minutes. So I thought that was a good choice on their part. Another thing I really liked was the diversity. There was a good mixture of people on that show. White, black, Asian, mixed. They did a good job of having a variety of people. You know, and I thought that was cool. All right, so our review. We're gonna individually review this. What would you rate this show? Scale of 1 to 10. And I don't know the answer. We hadn't discussed this beforehand. What would you say?
I actually did not think about my answer before this very moment, but I would give this show an 8.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. It was very entertaining. It was a very cruel way to help these people decide who they want to marry, but it made for good TV. The production was great. It was fast-paced. It was not boring. It was entertaining. I watch shows for entertainment. I thought the premise of the show was an interesting one. It was unique. I gotta give it that. Ultimately, it was fun to watch. I'll give it an 8.
Okay, cool. I would give it a 7. I think it was good. 7 is good.
I knew he was gonna be more critical.
Well, of course. I'm not a love show guy. But it was a 7 out of 10 for me. It was good. It was entertaining. The production was done well. Had a good amount of drama. People would get mad and cussed out. Somebody almost fought. I enjoyed that. It was bingeable.
We did binge it. We watched most of the episodes in one day.
Yeah, we watched almost all of the episodes in one day, excluding the finale.
I stayed up late for it, and I go to sleep early.
She did. It was bingeable content. I enjoyed that. I would say that I recommend people to watch it. Would you recommend other people to give it a shot if they haven't?
2 thumbs up.
All right, there you have it. That's our review.
Thanks so much for joining us, guys, for our review of the Netflix Ultimatum.
If you want some more reviews on what we're watching on Netflix or Hulu or whatever, let us know in the comments below.
Next, we're queuing up for you his take, Why I Picked My Wife. You want more on our story? Check it out. Click the like button, click subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss an upload. And when you subscribe, make sure you leave us a comment saying I subscribe so we can give you a shout shout out potentially. I also reach out to you personally and thank you for joining the family. If you made it to the end of this video, leave a comment saying Ultimatum.
Until next time, peace.